whatever your ex has chosen, or whomever she or he has left you for, has nothing to do with your importance to the world, and has to do with only with the extent of understanding and ability to recognize quality. In other words, if he or she, whatever your relationship is, has left you, it's not because there's something wrong with you or your value is diminished. It has to do with the fact that that person does not have a full understanding what good quality is, and his or her understanding of value and quality is limited to the point that cannot see a value and quality like yours. Like if somebody goes to a jewelry store and it's got a choice of diamond ring and cubic zirconian ring and glass or crystal ring, and chooses the crystal one or cubic zirconian, that has no effect on the value of the diamond that they didn't choose. It just means that their understanding of worth and value and knowledge of gems is limited to that, to cubic zirconian and crystal. That takes their attention. They're unaware and unable, unqualified to have enough knowledge to know the actual real value is in the diamond. They don't have that expertise. So all it does, it's a reflection on them, not a reflection on the diamond. The same thing here, when she leaves you or he leaves you, it doesn't mean that you're devalued. It just means that their ability and understanding, ability to understand, an extent of understanding and ability to recognize quality is limited to that what they are now with or gone with. It didn't extend further to be able to see the quality and value of the person like you. And in such cases, it only means that she was not capable to see the quality you offer, and her lack of appreciation for something good does not make that something good to devalue it just because she did not have the knowledge and good enough taste and sense to appreciate it. But most of us, we turn it around towards ourselves. Say, oh, if she didn't stay with me, that means there's something wrong with me. That means I'm not good enough. Why do you think that way? Why is it not because she couldn't appreciate a high quality person like you? Why is it not because her understanding and her taste and appreciation level is low, is not up to the par, up to the level that you are? Why can't you think that way? Why? Because she represents pleasure. And for you, pleasure is the most important thing in life. Therefore, if that pleasure can be materialized, can be realized through her, then you give her a certain kind of a value, an echelon that is not necessarily equal to her reciprocation or her contribution to your life. But because she does have that pleasure part that she can provide for you, you compare her worth and value to the worth and value of the pleasure. Then suddenly you think, oh, I wasn't good enough because the pleasure left you. You don't think about that. A person left you, you think pleasure, as a whole concept of pleasure, left you. Then you have no choice but to think, well, pleasure is better than me, so there was something wrong with me. I wasn't good enough. Now, again, for example, if someone goes and chooses a Chevy, that doesn't mean that Mercedes-Benz or Lamborghini is devaluated in quality just because she or he chose a Chevy. What does that have to do with the value of these things that she didn't choose? The other reason for this non-stop OCD thinking about the breakup and why she or he left is because you think someone is actually witnessing what you are going through, an illusory entity, and knows that illusory entity knows all there is to know in life, and that someone is your super consciousness that you have created as an entity that is outside of you and is watching whatever you do, say, or feel, and you consider that entity as the all-knowing and expect answers to things that you do not know, and explanations about things that you have no idea why it has happened to you, and expect it to answer to you. So you have created some kind of a super consciousness, an entity outside of yourself, and you think that entity is actually observing what you're doing, what you're saying, the judgments that you make, which in fact that entity is created by your own thoughts to judge your actions and your thoughts, which is all your thoughts. So you created a separate a fragment of your thinking to observe your thinking, then you expect answers from that illusory entity for the things that you don't know what they're all about. And you think, because the whole premise is that there are answers to every why. There must be, even though if it's so not important at all, and there cannot be an answer, like someone who likes pomegranates and someone who doesn't. What's the reason for that? There's no reason for it, just the way it is. Since you consider that made up illusory, that made up illusory all-knowing entity to know everything and to enlighten you why she or he left, then you keep waiting and keep asking and keep thinking and keep expecting an epiphany, and for that you keep thinking about the X and why he or she did what he or she did. You keep thinking because you believe there's an answer, and you now have somebody, something, some entity watching what you do, and you have created that thing to be the all-knowing, wise thing, and then you expect that to answer you, so you think you should keep thinking about it. So what do you need to do? If you come to grips that what you expect answer from is a non-existent, made-up entity, and that you actually do not care why, and are interested to move on and build a new relationship to bring balance and happiness in your life, then you will stop thinking as when you say, I don't know, or I do not want to know, then thinking will stop, just like we talked about. Because you think that entity can give you the answer, and you constantly want to get that answer, you forget the fact that you can simply nullify this mandate by simply saying, I don't care to know why, or I don't know why. And that would be the end of the thinking, but you don't, you keep going after it. So, then you'll stop thinking. As when you say, I don't know, or I do not want to know, then the thinking will stop. But as long as you say, why, and I want to know why, and I want to fix things, then you will constantly think about it, because you're reinforcing the mandate to think about it, to figure out, to continue the process thinking, and expect you will constantly think about it and expect an answer of some kind from somewhere, and that thinking will continue for a long time to come. So unless you click on the switch, that you have the switch to stop the process of thinking, which is either figure out why something happened, or if you think it's a waste of time and there is no answer to it, say, I tried, I can't figure it out, so I don't know. That's a second switch. Figure out, or I don't know, because you tried, you couldn't figure it out, so say, I don't know, that stops. Or say, I don't want to know. I really don't care. when I don't entertain this whole process of figuring out, then also mind sees there's no mandate that stops, like the dog that you just told him, stop looking, come here. That's the end of it. So I hope that was something helpful, and I'm sorry if it took too long to go through my notes, because I have to get familiar with what I wrote, when I wrote, what was I on. So anyhow, so I hope that it was something helpful to you, and I look forward to talking to you again. Be good to yourself, to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.